Hi guys, welcome to this session in Power BI. In this module, I want to show you how you can create some simple DAX functions in Power BI without needing to know a great deal about maths or functions. So what I've got, first of all, is some data over on the right here, some fields you can see there. I'll just create a visual so you can see what it looks like. So a little bar chart by topic and revenue. That will create myself a little chart so it loads up. There we go. So that's a simple visual. But if you go into the table view, what you can do is you can add additional columns and you can mess about with these columns and fix them up like this. If I click on this student column and change this slightly because it's on automatic and I want this not to be automatic because you can't have a decimal student. So if I push this up to 0, that will just round these up. So that's the students. These are columns with figures, pounds, and that's defaulted to dollars. I don't want dollars, I want English pounds, UK pounds. So that's that one. And that's same for that one. Just to format that to English like so. Now you can add measures here as a column, or you can do it in reports from here, new measure or quick measure, or you can do it from this area where you are writing the DAX functions yourself, a bit more advanced. I'm going to keep it quite simple and stay on the table view. And the first one I want to do is just basically work out the profit on this. So it's going to be revenue minus cost, and I'll call it profit. Now I need to add a column, so new column. It says there, look, calculation, so it's actually a measure you are adding. New column, I will call it profit, and then you just do equals, and then you can type, let's just see what happens here. If I type revenue, does revenue come up? It does, with the table name as well. So really you should just type the table name. So revenue minus cost. So I'll type main this time so it'll come up with a list for me, and then you can see cost is there. I've got no brackets or anything, it's just one column minus another. I'll tick that and it should give me the profit, which it does, which I then need to format to pounds, UK pounds, so it drops that in there. So that was the first one. Now I want to do an if statement that's looking at this to say if the profit is over 500, good or bad. So again, it'll be a column, new measure, and I'll call this one status. Status equals if, and you open the bracket. Remember from Excel, an if statement has a test, and then a comma, what to do if that test is true, and then a comma, what to do if that test is false. So if I type main profit, I want, so there's profit. If main profit is greater than 5, let's go 5,000. I'm just looking at the figures there. Let's go 5,000. That won't be so many. Comma. If that's true, I want it to say good in this column. Comma. If it's not true, I want it to say bad. Notice that I have to put quotes around each word and then close the bracket on that. Click the tick or press enter, and then that will drop it in, and you can see there's quite a lot of bads and only a few goods. Well, a few more goods down the bottom there. So that's working fine, and if these figures changed on a refresh, then this would react to whatever the change was. So the next one, I want to know the last time, no, not the last time, the date between the training event and when I got paid. So I'm going to use a date diff function. So let's do that one. Open that up. And I'll just call this diff. Open the bracket on that. So the function's called date diff. Open the bracket. So the date difference, I don't need a bracket there. That should be equals. equals, so it's date diff, and then I'm going to type main, and it's going to be date of training, comma, and main date of payment, and then I'm doing a comma, and then I want it in months, so months is that, and then I need to close the bracket like so, click the tick, and then that should give me the difference in months that you can see there. So 13th of January, 1st of January, 13th of January, there's no difference there. So I could have had that in days, but I've got it in months, and you can see how that works there. So the next one I want to use is the divide function, which is going to work out the percentage profit, or what the profit is based on these two columns. So if I go new column and call this percentage profit, or percent, I'll just call it percent, equals, so this is the divide function, so divide, open the bracket, main, cost, I want the cost column, comma, and then the revenue column, so main, and then revenue, and close the bracket on that, tick that, see what happens. Now that needs to be formatted to a percent, which I can do over there, and then that should just give you the percentage that is, so 50% nearly of that, so that's about right. So that was that one. Now another one I want to do is the last training event, or the last training date that one of these companies did. For example, It's Easy, I can see that's the 1st of January 24, but as I come down here, there is another It's Easy, 31st of March 25. So I want that to be consolidated and show me that. Now this formula, or this measure, I'm going to do in the report area, and you can do measures here. I'll just move this down a little bit. So I'm going for new measure, and this time it comes up here. I'll call this last event, so that's the last event, equals, and the function is called last date, and then what you need to do is type main again and find the date of training, and then just close that bracket and click the tick. Now nothing's going to happen in terms of dropping on the screen like it does in the table, but what you'll get is that function appearing over here. So if I create myself a visual and just select a table one and pick a company, so I've got companies, and I'll just move that up there. Now the measure is called last, and if I tick that there, it should give me the last training date. And if I find It's Easy there, look, you can see it's just picking up the 31st of March and not all of them, as you can see down there. So it's just the last training date it's picking up there. So if I just move off that one. So that's all I want to talk about in this little video, how you can use some of the basic functions, DAX functions in Power BI to get yourself some really cool information. So hopefully this video is of use. Thank you for your time, and I'll catch you on the next one.